Elisha, let's go. We gotta go. We're gonna be late for the Ratatouille preview. Hey Busy Bees, it's Mommy Leandra, and today we find ourselves at my favorite place in the entire world, EPCOT at Walt Disney World Resort. The family and I got invited to go to an annual pass holder preview of the ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I am so excited to check out this ride, especially because I was able to ride this ride a few times when I went to Disneyland Paris back in 2018 and 2019. So I'm here to compare the two lands and the two areas in general. And also, I'm really happy to be able to give you a family's point of view and review on how we even like the ride and if it's worth it to come all the way to Orlando to check out the ride, or maybe it's more worth it to see this ride at the original site in Disneyland Paris. You made it, buddy. Let's go. We're here. Your tricycle works. The Ambience. Here at EPCOT at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, we find ourselves in a France pavilion in the World Showcase. However, Ratatouille at Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris finds Ratatouille's adventure tucked in the northeast corner of the park in no designated land. I mean, you are actually in France when you're there. So as you can see, we do not have Bistro Chez Remy, which is where they shrink you down to the size of a rat in a restaurant, of course, with the chef Remy. But here we have La Crêperie de Paris, and it has a lot of different savory and sweet crepes that you can enjoy instead. Overall, it does kind of sort of feel like an exact clone. The only big differences are the water fountain. I remember the champagne bottles were not like popping. They didn't seem to be aerated, but here the fountain does have that champagne effect, which I thought was really cool. Also, just the depth of field is just a lot different here because of the way you enter the area. The queue. The queue is nearly identical with the red ticket booths and other signage, but you'll want to stick around because there's one unique addition. As I said, the queue is about the same overall, with Gusteau greeting us on the rooftop, speaking in both French and in English.
Vous ne pouviez pas mieux tomber. Tout le monde sait que la meilleure cuisine du monde se déguse ici à Paris. Et ce soir, Remy, le plus grand cuisinier de la capitale, s'apprête à vous concocter une petite merveille.
Remember that not so little difference that I hinted at earlier in the video? Well, here we are in the artist loft, where we have lots of snacks and cheeses, and it looks like someone was just there painting, so they have their bag there. We also have instructions on how to enter the ride vehicle safely, which I thought was a really cool new touch. All of the little paintings and details in this section, including the paintings you can see down the hallway there, are totally new. Now, what's not new are the fact that you need 3D glasses. The ride. Ready, Dominic? Thumbs up, buddy. I want to keep this section as spoiler-free as possible because I want you to enjoy it too. And there are really no differences, with the exception that I feel like the scents, like the smells, were a bit more pungent than the original rides. I spoke to a cast member later saying maybe the scents weren't working or weren't as strong when I went, but the Paris version, I went on it 3 times on 2 different days and 2 totally different years. So I'm not really sure. I am so happy that they used both English and French in this version as well. I was worried they weren't going to speak French. Also, as you can see, it is a trackless ride system, so it is just as smooth as the Paris version. So it is the next day and I wanted to give you an overall review of the ride. So let's get into it. Before we get too deep into the review, I did want to say I thought it was pretty cool that they included Spanish on the intercom in the queue, because I don't remember that in the Disneyland Paris version, and I thought that was really great. And the reason why I say that I would have noticed it at the original version is because I am a Floridian. There's a lot of Spanish speakers here, and also I understand the language pretty well. I really thought that the reason why I liked Ratatouille's adventure so much in Paris is because there was some type of like allure to the entire experience. So I was in France, I, was experiencing something that not as many people get to experience because Walt Disney Resort is like so much more popular than the Disneyland Paris parks. So I think that in itself kind of made me feel like, oh, the ride is so awesome, right? No, but it really is. Now that I've gotten to ride it again, I realize that it really is a great ride with great technology. At the time in 2018 and 2019, we did have Antarctica, which is a ride at SeaWorld, which is a trackless ride system that was really similar. So that was really cool, but not the best ride in the world. If you know, you know. And now we have rides like Rise of the Resistance that totally blow Ratatouille out of the water, but Ratatouille is way more for the entire family. So would I say that Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is better than the version at Paris? Well, yes and no. Well, yes, because it is located at one of the world's best Disney locations, Walt Disney World. It is an expansive resort and there's nothing like it. Also, I feel like there are a lot more merchandise choices here. And I would say no, it's not better just for Bistro Chez Remy alone. That restaurant looks so cool. In my 2 visits, I did not eat there. However, I hear great things about the menu. And also when you exit from the ride on the Paris version, you can see through the windows like a squeak peek of the restaurant. And it is absolutely the coolest design ever for a restaurant on a Disney property. And also, come on, you are in France when you're riding the original Ratatouille ride. How cool is that? I mean, you have this underrated France-based film from Pixar, and you get to ride it in the place where the film takes place. That is pretty cool, and that's a one-up already on the EPCOT version. So overall for both rides, since as you see, there's not like too big of a difference, I would say that both have wonderful storylines. It's a wonderful movie anyway. There's no height restriction at all, so it's great for all ages. I was so happy that my baby was able to ride it. My husband didn't ride the ride because he gets really bad motion sickness. We rode on Soarin' earlier in the day, and so also the crowds, he wasn't really feeling it. So I would say that even if you do have motion sickness, the trackless system is so smooth that I really don't think it would be an issue. And if you have an issue with screens, I would say that the 3D glasses are not a necessity. I believe my 4-year-old liked the ride just the way it was, and actually, let's hear it straight from the source. So Dominic, how did you like the Ratatouille ride?
It was fun.
What was your favorite part?
Over and over and over, and then the water just splashed on me.
Oh yeah. So would you say that Slinky Dog Dash is your favorite ride still, or is Ratatouille your favorite ride now? Both! That's really good news.
I want to add the dinosaur ride too.
The dinosaur ride. Okay, so you just like all Disney rides. Okay, that sounds about right. Also, this ride is absolutely fantastic. I recommend it 10 out of 10. Still, maybe if you get a chance, go to Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney Studios Park. They're adding a Frozen section really soon. I mean, if you don't go for anything else, go see Crush's Coaster, which is an amazing roller coaster that I think is going to have a lot of similarities to EPCOT's Guardians of Galaxy ride, which is opening soon. It has the best Big Thunder Mountain and the best Space Mountain. in the entire world. So still try to get over to Paris. And if you have been there, please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and say hi in the comment section down below, and subscribe to Mama's in the Mood if you'd like to see more travel adventures and, more importantly, how to find me time in our busy lives. So I'm Mommy Leandra, and remember, I care.